My name is June Ross. I'm from the University of New England, and I've been involved in an archaeological project in the Northwest Kimberley over the last 5 years. We called it Change and Continuity because we were particularly interested in looking at how humans behaved through the period of time that they've occupied the Northwest Kimberley. The project, Change and Continuity, had three major components. It had an excavation and survey component aimed at establishing the timing of the occupation of the Northwest Kimberley. The survey was to understand how sites were placed in the landscape and understand the relationship to the environment, the particular sites, and how people in the past had used the area. It had a chronology aspect where we were trying to date the rock art. We also did very fine-grained analysis of style, and this was very important because we wanted to understand how things changed. If we understand how rock art changes, we can begin to understand why it might have changed through time. We're getting towards the end of the project now, winding up, and we've got some really exciting results. We've been able to establish that people have been living in this part of the Northwest Kimberley for at least 38,000 years. We've also established that they've been producing rock art for at least 16,000 years. We have a minimum age estimate established by dating a mud wasp nest over the art of a particular motif. So we know people have been producing rock art in the region for at least 16,000 years. So we're very excited about this date. It's the oldest date for an in situ motif in Australia established thus far. So we have a series of other dates as well, which we'll be publishing shortly. We've collaborated on Change and Continuity with the Aboriginal people from the Candiwal community on Mitchell Plateau, and also with the Warrnambool Aboriginal Corporation in Columbaroo. And we've had traditional owners and other community members working with us, sharing their knowledge and also participating in training. So we've had Ungu rangers, young rangers learning how to care for country, coming and learning archaeological methodology, and it's been a great exchange of ideas and information. One of the things that we've done that's provided some really informative results is we've done fine-grained analysis of the rock art at 204 sites, thousands and thousands of motifs. And what we were particularly interested in was change, because it had been suggested that there was a very abrupt change from one style to another, and that this was caused by an abandonment of the Kimberley and a new group of outsiders coming in. What we found, in fact, when we analysed the art very carefully, was that instead of an abrupt change, we had a gradual change. So now we've had to look at the other archaeological and environmental evidence to try and explain this change. So what we get is, with this gradual change, is we think the factors driving this gradual change are things like increase in sea level, so that people are pushed back towards the plateau, populations forced into a smaller area. We have evidence of increased stone tool discard in our excavation sites, increase in charcoal deposit, suggesting more people using those sites through time, the beginning of the building of the massive middens that we find around the coastline. So all evidence of increased populations.